when you do whole part whole, your learning intention sits across your cycle for 3 to 4 weeks. You've got normally four learning intentions. It's your success criteria that changes per lesson. And it's your success criteria that you are giving feedback on. And it's your success criteria that you're supposed to be actually using in your transitions. I can't talk about how important transitions is. Everybody needs to be doing them. At least 7 opportunities a day to do transitions. And the transition out of English, going to morning tea or whatever, is on the success criteria. It is feedback to you around learning. It is your instructional loop in action, which we highlighted today in your E&E. So, to be successful today, year 1, I can talk about plot and settings. Let's read that together. To
be successful today, I can talk about plot and settings.
Okay. Now, you're all going to pretend we've done familiarising. Hickory dickory dash. Now, familiarising concepts in this book, oh my gosh, I didn't write them down. I reckon 4 days. 4 days on familiarising in year 1 before I've even got to this lesson. If you're really good, maybe 3. Nothing less than that, I wouldn't be able to do it. You've got to unpack clocks. What else? You've got to unpack doll houses and rooms in houses.
Cats and mice
Cats
and the relationship.
And the relationship around that, because it's about the chase around that. And that is an old concept, by the way, so there is no way I'm not doing that. And what's the other one?
The mice are missing.
Yes, missing, and the emotions attached with that because they're actually scared. There's 4 different concepts. I want to be having 4 to 5 different lots of anchor charts around those concepts, and they would be all down here at children's level.
And maybe, Jenny, the connection to nursery rhymes, because we can't assume our learners have that.
Yeah, that's right, nursery rhymes, yeah. And you're not going to be teaching nursery rhymes. You're going to be teaching what is a rhyme. You'll actually have an anchor chart around what is. You're not going to sit there and do hickory dickory dash and about 10 other nursery rhymes. You're actually going to teach what is a nursery rhyme. And you're going to have an anchor chart here for that.
And also the rooms of the house, because there's lots of different
rooms. Now, when you're in planning, you'll sit there and you'll make a vocab list around the particular words you need to unpack in familiarising before you've even got to the teaching. And because you're the smartest person in the room, you'll be making sure you've built that into familiarising. Knowing that we want lots of language sitting down here that we can all sit on the floor and use in our writings. Mr. Locke.
Anything you're hearing here apply to religious education?
Yep.
So if you're going to be doing achievement standard and success criteria with religious education, you're in grade 1 and you're doing Jesus' mission and ministry, you're going to have to do what is a mission and what is a ministry with kids beforehand, because otherwise they're not going to be able to answer those questions for you. And so you're going to do the same thing. And then when you're looking at a religious scriptural text and you're looking at Jesus' mission and ministry, and it's talking about the fact that he's healing or anything else, or what is the ministry here that's being talked about? What's the vocab and language you need to unpack in that scriptural text? So the same things you can apply here, you apply to your religion classroom and your achievement standard there as well. Yep. Because then we don't say, but the kids don't understand it, because our role is to unpack it.
Yep. Okay, so let's say we've done our 3 days on familiarising. I've read the book for enjoyment. I've just unpacked this learning intention with the class. I've reread the book for enjoyment, and I'm going to come back, and I am not working with the first page, not even working with the second, or that one. I'm working with this one. Okay, so I will have modelled a think out loud on the plot. Okay, with the first page, and the second page, sorry. And then the part for that lesson is the kids go off and they might get a blow up photocopy of that in the middle of Butcher's paper, and now they, in their small groups, annotate that for the plot on this one. Then they come back to the whole and they share it. And those 4 pieces of anchor charts go up. Okay? The next lesson, the next day, I'm rereading, and now I'm going to model settings. I'm going to model settings with these pages first. I'm going to give these pages that we just did that are photocopied back to the groups, this, and they're going to sit in the same groups, and now with a different coloured pen they're going to annotate that for settings. They're going to come back to the whole and they're going to talk about it. There might be a whole heap of language now that I need to be adding to my anchor charts. Okay? Because we've just talked about it, we've got a whole new range of language to be using. I'll be then asking my kids to be either making some artwork or could be writing with that. Okay? I'm going to pretend we're not and we're going to move on. It's about okay, are we with me so far?